Good morning. Second Up of Sunrise with you live or on replay on demand. The Rochester First streaming app here this Monday, the 29th of September. He's James. I'm Brennan.
Yes.
We got a lot to go over here this weekend. Not just sports, but life, everything that was going on. You,
Yes.
sir, did you get to play golf?
I played a little bit of golf on Saturday.
It's how we left our
Believe it or
conversation
not.
Friday after our noon
Yes.
show. You were saying I might be able to go. How'd this come about?
Yeah, so my buddy, who's very new to golf, is trying to get into it. And, I wanted to help him out, play with him. So we picked Durand, and he is a musician, so he's got some gigs in the morning, in the afternoon as well. So he had a little bit of a window to play. And so I set the tee time for 3 o'clock. And apparently, any tee time after 2 o'clock, you can only do 9 holes.
Oh, they're not allowing you to try to squeeze it in
No.
because the time changed.
Right.
Come on.
Yeah. Tell me about
3
it.
to 6:45. You could.
It was clear sky, so you could probably have played till 7.
Come on.
I know. So
I know,
we
it's
did 9
just
holes
Too many
in 2
people would
hours.
be out there struggling along, be
Yeah.
4.5 hour round.
Yeah. So we did. We teed off at 3 o'clock, and it was me, my buddy, and another friend. So it was 3 of us, right? So we get there, and it is a madhouse.
Packed.
Totally packed.
Fall weekend. Perfect weather.
Perfect weather,
The
yeah.
a cheap place to go. One of the most popular courses anywhere.
Yes, it was just so many people. So there's a line to tee off. So we were probably 5 minutes late on our 3:10 tee time. No, we got there early, but actually teeing off because it was so backed up.
So you didn't rush. You got to the parking lot, clubhouse on
It was
time,
nice.
not like 2:45.
It was nice.
Yeah.
Just not to have to rush. You know what I mean? I actually got a couple of putts in, which is nice. And then there's a group right behind us. And then so we 3-tee off. And then there was a guy that was like kind of lingering next to us. And then he immediately tees off like right when we're done. Like we don't even have time to pull away. And
Wow.
we're like looking around.
Was he walking?
He was walking, right? And then we drive. And then he's like with us the entire time until we get to hole 2. And he's like standing next to us. And I'm like, hi, I'm James. Like, what's your name? And he's like, oh, hi, I'm Trent. I'm playing with you guys. I'm like,
He just announced it.
he just announced it after I asked him. Like, would we have gone the entire 9 holes and he would have just silently played next to us? It was very weird.
I thought maybe he'd just be a walker. A lot of them will play 2 balls to go out there.
Yeah.
Because they'll say they're quick, but they want to make the most of their time. So
Yeah.
they'll play 2 shots each.
Don't you think?
Oh, man.
Don't you think if someone's playing like with you, like he probably checked in and the guy said, "Oh, there's a threesome teeing off."
So
at
hop in
3:10.
with
You
them.
could- Yeah. Don't you think he would have been like, "I'm hopping in with you guys"?
By the way,
It's so random.
I get annoyed with that too. Of like, and I get it. It's so packed. Golf is popular coming out of the pandemic, even more so than it was.
Right.
But if you're not 4 people, you're getting stuck with someone.
Right.
If it's the 4th
Yeah,
person,
yeah.
and maybe it's like what if this was 3 people from college who haven't seen each other in 20 years?
Yeah. And,
And
we want
they-
to trade old stories.
Yeah.
And it was
And
whatever.
it's like, oh, here you got, what was his name?
Trent.
Trent. Playing with you
Trent.
today.
And like, okay, fine, whatever. Trent was fine, but at least be like, hey, I'm Trent. I'm gonna be playing with you
Yeah.
guys. Fine, whatever. Don't just like awkwardly silent until I introduce myself to you, being like, why are you playing with us again? It was very strange, but the story doesn't end there. So we're waiting on every hole, right? Can you guess the average age of the person that was playing on that course?
I think this is a trick question. It's got to
Yeah.
be younger, right?
It was young.
Yeah.
It was young. They were 16, I would
Dudes in their
guess.
20s, 16s.
Very young kids. And
Music
I'm-
playing in the group.
There
big
was some
speakers.
music playing, and apparently it was bring your girlfriend to the course day. There was a 6-some in front of us, and I'm like, oh my gosh, there's 6 of them, and they like overheard me say that, and they were like, oh, the girls aren't playing. There were just 2 girls in a cart that were just riding along with them. And then there was another group with a couple of girls that just were not playing. So apparently it was bring your girlfriend to the course day. I was like,
So there were like 4 or 5 carts per each group, just out there.
Yeah,
People,
yeah.
because of renting.
So many cars. Okay.
That's better than.
Yeah.
I like keeping them like split up. Like if you're gonna have like the girls' women's night day out on the course, go play versus like splitting up, because then it's you're doing white and blue tees and you're doing the women's tees or the seniors tees, and that just
Right.
adds some time to the round too.
Yeah.
Could have been a long day.
It was very strange. Okay, this is the last golf thing, and then we can move on here. So we get to hole 5, I think it was. People tee off in front of us. They go. And then there was like a group of people just standing on the fairway, just like looking around. And we're like, what is going on? And so we're like yelling, like 4, like
Yeah.
watch out. They're just literally standing there. And then I see the starter guy whiz by and go up to them
With the big flag on the cart.
with the big
going by the
flag
check-
and
yeah.
everything and go and talk to them. And then they start like meandering away. And then the starter guy comes up and he goes, apparently they didn't know this was a golf course.
Stop it.
I swear and we're thinking to ourselves like, you got to be kidding me. So this is Saturday afternoon, so I get it. And Durant is a big park, but
Yeah.
you don't know it's a golf course.
This isn't just some like field that they mow very short. I mean, it's a nice course, and they're just standing out in the middle.
Just standing in
Just
the
checking
fairway,
out the
like
foliage.
looking at a frog or something. I don't know. It was so silly. I'm like, what is
What they do?
happening here?
They immediately left.
They slowly meandered, and we're waiting to tee off, and they just do not get it. Apparently, I get it. Some people don't know golf at all, I'm sure.
I know, but
don't you know there's flying balls everywhere?
You don't accidentally
don't
find
know.
yourself in the middle of the front 9 at Durant. I'm trying to think of the holes and layout. Like, it's
Yeah.
not like...
It was strange. The whole day was just chaos. I played terribly. I was just so off. You know, it was
It throws
crowded.
everything off.
Everything was so thrown off, man. So whatever. I'll have to try to get out. Next time I'm golfing 7 in the morning.
Was Trent good?
He was okay. He was better
Okay.
than us, but
This.
he had some shanks.
What'd you shoot?
56, I think. Just not great.
Just ruined the whole day.
It was bad, and I love to blame everybody but myself. So
How do you just end up in the middle of a
It
golf
was
course
so
and you're
random,
like,
dude.
what are all these people in these carts doing around us with these sticks in the back of their...
yeah, and these flying balls in the air, like, oh man.
They didn't know this was a golf course.
So there it was, and the fairways were fine, but the rough is starting to get a lot of leaves. Right,
So you start to let it go.
You hit it in the rough, and you spend longer than 30 seconds finding your ball. You're like, I'm dropping.
I want to hear some of these stories from some of these starters. These guys are intense, by the way.
The starters.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If
sure.
you're playing too slow and they're riding up on you,
Yeah,
or if
yeah,
you're
yeah.
cutting ahead or whatever. Oh, man.
In the job application, are you a mean person? Okay, you got the job.
Oh, yeah. Serious job. I love it. It's like they didn't realize it was a golf course.
Yeah, that's what he said to us.
Finally, going back to the first hole. When you first get up to the green,
Yes.
Trent's putting with you.
Yeah.
He's putting out.
Yeah.
And at this point, no one is
Silence. It's like so awkward. We're all like standing around and like lining our putts up. And,
Did
we're all
you say,
just
do you
like,
want the flag in or out? Do you want me to tend it for you? Or wow.
No, we just leave the full flag in, but it was weird. It was so awkward, man.
Hi, I'm James. I'm Trent and I'm playing with you.
Yeah.
Wow.
On the second hole, like we would have gone the entire 9 holes and he wouldn't have said a word to us.
Man.
Weird day, man.
They usually say there's no bad day on the golf course. That's up there.
It was a bad day.
So, man, that might be the last time you play this year.
I know.
Maybe
And
the
I
last
just,
time you play till next summer.
I was walking to my car just like, this is not
what a
great.
waste of
Not what I
time.
envisioned.
Oh, man. God, that's fun.
There was your Saturday.
Well, speaking of golf, it was still a better day than Team USA at the
Holy
Ryder
moly.
Cup.
Talk about this. This
First
is
off,
crazy news.
we'll get to this in the reaction because I want to talk about the story about the injury rule and the envelope controversy. So Team USA, they do the Ryder Cup. It's first Europe. Every 2 years, you alternate who hosts. And USA's hosting in Long Island. The New York fans were brutal and by all accounts disgusting and embarrassing with going after Rory McIlroy and his wife, throwing drinks. Shane Lowry, who was playing with, they were shouting Teletubby after he was hitting some of his shots and picking on his weight. It was just terrible. And I follow a lot of golf writers, and they said, I was walking with Rory, and they're like, you would never have not just your kids around, any of your family around some of these fans.
Wow.
Of just how bad it was. And Rory, at one point, they're yelling in his backswing. He turns around, gives them an FU, and then he sticks one like 2 feet from the pin.
That's
knocks
the
in a
one
birdie.
clip. I didn't see a ton, but I did see
I
that.
know.
That
It was
clip.
it was bad. The USA got crushed Friday, got crushed Saturday. They were going to need this historical comeback and almost got it Sunday. But this came up. And so Victor Hovland has an issue with his neck stiffness Saturday afternoon. He's not playing in the afternoon round.
Yeah.
And then they're like, okay, we have an even number of players. He's not going to play in the singles matches where everyone goes out Sunday. So I didn't know about this rule, but they have it. So what they do is either the night before or before the tournament, each team captain puts in a player's name in a envelope. And they're like, if we have to use this rule and one of our guys can't play, you pull out your name, your guy's not going to play. So you would pick someone lower down.
Sure.
And it's a moot point all around. So, and each team gets half a point. It's not that Team Europe, because they're going to be down a player, loses a point and USA gets it. It's just it washes out. And Harris English was one who wasn't going to play for Team USA. And he found out Sunday on the driving range, is what I was reading. And now, so you play first to 14.5. If you won the previous time, you only have to get to 14. You can retain it. It didn't matter. Europe won 15-13, but this was close.
Yeah.
And Keegan Bradley, the captain, he's like kind of, I don't know, sore loser's kind of strong, but kind of along that, he's like, listen, next Ryder Cup, need to do away with this rule.
Yeah.
And they asked, well, what's the solution? Is it you play an alternate, or just if you can't put out a guy, you just give up that point?
Give the point up, right.
And which is probably the more obvious answer. But yeah, and I was reading through this, and they said it's got to change, but Luke Donald noted, hey, USA, you did this in 1991 at Kiowa. It was 14.5 to 13.5. Steve Pate got injured in a car crash the night before. He had bruised ribs, wasn't going to play in the singles. If the Americans had been forced to forfeit a full point, Team Europe would have retained that cup 14-14.
Oh, interesting.
I'm here like, listen, it's been around forever.
Yeah.
I guess just leave it. I would kind of suggest like have alternates. Like, so you still get them out to play the point.
Right.
But it was close. I mean, the Team Europe, I mean, they just crushed them. I mean, it was close. And this is one of those ones where the scoreline at the end didn't really dictate what the whole weekend was.
Yeah, because
USA
it was
almost
a swing
put it
up and then a swing back down.
And good for Shane Lowry. He was the one who was able to secure the win with his putt early on. They had a couple matches to go.
Right. I saw a lot of celebrations on the way home and just the party, and just so strange to see such hecklers.
I know. It was just bad.
I think that when you get kind of a gang mentality kind of deal, like USA versus Europe, that is very, it's such an individual sport that everybody cheers for everybody when it's so individual. But when you get the gang mentality, you start to turn it into a football game.
Someone does it, and this was like, it was all day long going on. It was just was wild. And then it was 12-5 heading into Sunday. The USA mounted a comeback. No one had ever, I think 8.5 was the other point difference that someone had come back from.
Yeah.
But man, I was just like, wow, just not a good look.
So when's the next one? Back to Europe?
They're in Ireland in 2 years, I think. So next year it'll be US versus the world Sans Europe for the President's Cup. It's not as intense as it is with the Europeans in the Ryder Cup, but yeah, it's just wild. People showed some like flashbacks to the last time it was here in the USA. I forget where it was in the Midwest, and they were like, it's not the same type of crowd. And a lot of people were like, you put on Long Island, New York, like what'd you expect? And
I guess.
Listen, it was bad, but good for, at one point I was like, okay, go ahead, Europe, beat them. Like, you don't need that behavior. It was bad.
Right.
And for Rory too, like,
to clap back at that, I don't know. It's bad all around.
It was. But listen, they had all the champagne, big celebrations going on. So good on them. In the middle of all that, had the Saints and the Bills.
Yep.
Turned out to be
Saints.
Entertaining.
Within 2 points in the fourth quarter. Can't ask for much better.
No, the Saints got a little tricky on one of their plays, gave up an interception right before the half that kind of took some sting out of it. And then the better team eventually won. But Saints covered. Wasn't 14.5, 15.5. Yeah, right. Just 12 points. So we wanted to get Thad's take. He was there in the stadium. And here's what he had to say on Buffalo's win.
For the second straight week, the Bills scored 31 points and won a football game by 2 scores. For the second straight week, this offense looked anything but dominant for long stretches. The Bills are well aware that at this point in the season, satisfaction is not something they want to have, nor something they deserve.
We want to go out there and we want to score every single drive. Anytime that we stall or turn the ball over or punt for that matter, we feel like it's a disappointment. Again, we're going to watch this film and try to learn from it and put ourselves in better situations early on in the game.
We're the first ones that we look in the mirror and see that, we left so much on the table. But we also scored over 30 points. So many other teams across the league would be happy with that, but we know we're not at 100%. We're not playing up to the best we can, and the fans see that too. So we want to strive. We got to be able to get to that 100%.
There's a lot of, there's enough signs of growth, but there's on the other side of that, there's plenty of signs that we've got a lot more work to do. But I'm happy. I'll celebrate the win, that's for sure.
Josh Allen made a number of plays late in this game to help salt this victory away, something Sean McDermott said later he thought he saw coming at halftime. McDermott said of Allen, quote, "He just had this look in his eye. He has an incredible will to win. When he raises his level, his teammates raise theirs." Inside the Buffalo Huddle in Orchard Park, I'm Thad Brown.
You think it's a twinkle? You can see it?
Yeah.
In that eye.
call. He's a fourth quarter
Yeah.
guy, and that's exactly what you want on your quarterback. Who cares what happens in the first and second quarter? The things that he can do at the end of the game, that's what matters.
Next up for the Bills, so the Patriots, who just dropped Panthers in a
Yes.
blowout game
The
yesterday.
rising Patriots.
The Rising Patriots, they're 2-2. So that's Sunday night, 8:20. Rivals, of course, in the rivalry uniforms with the Bills in that frosted white
Yes.
kind of iceberg, lake effect jerseys. And the Patriots got some special ones. And then the Bills go on the road at Atlanta, which who knows week in, week out what you're going to get from them.
Yeah.
Didn't they get blanked last week? They got blown out, and then they beat Washington yesterday.
Yeah, Drake London.
Yeah,
Looked great.
They have their bye week, and then at Carolina, and then we'll get ready for the Chiefs about a month from now, November 2nd, that big afternoon game on News 8.
Nice.
The Chiefs beat Baltimore, and then to
11-2.
round out the schedule, it'll be at Miami, Tampa,
Bucs.
good game.
That'll be a good game, yeah. Houston stinks.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh
Steelers.
stinks. Cincinnati stinks.
Cincinnati stinks. The Patriots again. Browns.
Eagles
Eagles.
not too bad.
Eagles, the 28th, after Christmas. Who knows what that game means then?
Yeah.
The Eagles, the only other undefeated team, and then close out again.
Right.
Jets at home that first weekend in January.
Yeah.
Coming
Who
up
are
quick.
I mean, that's their competition right now in the AFC. Is the Chiefs, I guess, really.
That's it. Chargers lost their first game.
Chargers
to
lost
the
to the Giants. Yeah, Jackson
yeah.
Dart, his first start.
We'll see what your Broncos can do tonight.
Yeah, who
playing
knows?
the Bengals.
I know.
Yeah.
Broncos. It would be nice. They have to win this game.
They do. They do.
It's a reeling Bengals team.
Yeah. And
So.
then, the Bills, they got lucky. So many home games to start the season.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Home at the Ralph.
I guess not so great.
Great to see it.
Yeah, they'll have that Sunday night game coming up. We'll be right back here in just a little bit. We got more to talk about, including Bad Bunny in the Super Bowl. How about that? Come your way. Back here on the second cup of Sunrise Pod this Monday morning, final Monday in September as we get ready for October. Some of the other stories that are interesting, making some headlines I want to talk about. Kendra did this story over the weekend. So New York State is expanding its liquor law, basically more options for more businesses. So what the Liquor Authority did was update a policy to allow a wide range of adult-oriented recreational businesses, as they're described, so more comedy clubs, pool halls, arcades, different places to apply for a liquor license. But not everyone is on board with the change. Rick Stefanon runs this family business in Perry. It's called the Charcoal Corral. By the way, my family happened to be over there over the weekend.
In Perry.
So my in-laws, they were there. Of all places, they were like, yeah, we went down to Letchworth.
That's so funny.
And then they started talking to me about someone who did an interview with Rochester First.
Kendra.
Yes, Kendra, and one of the people you hear from had it. So this place has been open for a while. Never served drinks.
Looks pretty cool.
Yes, and we learned that Rick says, the guy who owns it says, this is a family place. I don't need to be selling beer or whatever it is. We're doing just fine. And some of his guests say, you know what? Good for you. That's part of the reason we come here.
Keep it that way.
Others say, well, just listen.
This type of place, it's more child-oriented, family-oriented, where I don't think alcohol is needed to be involved.
I've been coming here since I was a teenager. and I had a happy birthday this year with a party and karaoke, and I turned 90.
And in all this time of being here, you've never been like, shoot, this place would be better with booze?
No. Never.
That's unfortunate. Life is always better with alcohol.
He's just got to put a cap on it, doesn't he?
Yeah. That guy, I don't know who he is, how my family knows him, but knows
That's
of
funny.
him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
know
he
the
was
guy.
just having a little fun
kind
there.
of funny, yeah.
Yeah.
I do got to point out the numbers are kind of interesting, that they opened in 1977 and the woman said she was there as a teenager
Yeah.
and just turned 90. So technically should be in her 70s, but I think maybe it was a previous owner and a previous facility. I just thought that was kind of funny.
Maybe it's what it used to be.
Yeah.
Anyway, so they're like, it's interesting that the state's moving to do this when there are like so many studies that come out every single day. There's just like no one's drinking anymore, drinking way less, and like the health benefits and costs, everything with it.
You have to pay for a liquor license, you know, and you got to get it renewed, and then you could get in trouble if you have, especially if it's already a kid-oriented place, and then you have teenagers coming in there with fake IDs that can get you, you know,
fined because you'll have
if
the
you
undercover guys come in.
accidentally serve, you know. So why risk the drama?
I guess it's just like, let's go ahead and do it. We did stuff for theaters.
Yes.
Why not the Axes and Ales, whatever you may have that's open in town where
Just
you can throw that.
You know, for what it's worth, give the people an option. You know, I'd rather have them the option just to go that avenue if they want, but it's not forcing them to do it.
I got to check out this place because it's so random that is where my family from Ontario ended up on a random Saturday afternoon in Perry. Yeah.
Silver Lake, I think, is there's a little lake right there, Silver Lake. And I have heard great things. It's a beautiful little lake. There's a lot of like these little shops around there. So it's definitely on my list of places to go. And I bet those leaves look great in like 2 weeks.
You're getting there. I had some family walking the gorges over at Letchworth. They were like, hey, go check it out. It's almost time. Had this story out on our Sunrise show. Got me thinking about how and where do you shop. So this was a survey about prices and costs rising due to climate change, labor shortage, tariffs. They're always talking about shrinkflation is what the experts are. They're saying, listen, cut down on your waste, keep your credit cards in check. Some other things for savings when we're talking about groceries, stick to your list. I have a bit of a problem with that sometimes.
Oh,
just
really?
Because it's whatever's around. I do put notes on my phone, have that.
Yeah.
Always shop and compare different stores. There may be certain stores where you get your meat, others where you get your vegetables, fruit, whatever. Store brands, those can be 20, 30% cheaper. And then always buying or cooking in bulk. So speaking of Costco shoppers, if that's your thing, BJ's, if that's where you want to go.
Yeah.
And you went out to Costco the other day.
Yeah.
Henrietta, the gas station's closed. They've been doing some work on it.
No gas at Costco, and it was under construction. It wasn't like, you know, a few trucks. No, it was gutted out. There were guys that were, you know, here's the gas station, and the guys were like down here, like clearly they're
ton of work,
doing some significant work, upgrading the, I don't know, the pipes down there.
Yeah.
Who knows what they were doing, but yeah, they were. It looked like it was a long, significant project that wasn't going to be done anytime soon.
That's a big deal because that is the place where so many people go. I know we go, you go. Lisa, who's one of our directors in the morning, when we're talking about this on air, she's surprise me. Right. And I was like, because then it's like, what do you do then?
My membership
get on Gas Buddy, look up an option. Yeah.
My membership expires in 2 months, and I don't know if I'm going to renew it, to be honest with you.
2 months get you to Christmas.
Yeah, I just I don't know. I never go west. I always go east. I don't know.
So you're mostly, how many times do you go to the store?
Once a week, usually once or twice a week.
Yeah.
Aldi, Wegmans. Occasionally, we've got a BJ's membership, so I'll go in that direction.
Yeah,
and I don't know. It's always crazy crowded.
It is a madhouse.
You know, it doesn't matter what time you go. I feel like the deals aren't that great there.
It depends on what you're getting. And they always say, do you want the executive one, the black membership, whatever it is? And I'm like, listen, I read all the articles. It's like $3,200 a year to break even and have the money worth. I'm just not doing that much.
Yeah.
We're not doing
spending
that much. Yeah.
Right. Buy in bulk. That's buy in bulk, but then you waste food.
Yeah.
You got to eat it all. Do I need 7 heads of romaine? I'll try my best. Eat salads every day, but that's a lot of romaine.
I know. And then it goes bad.
Yeah.
Finally for us today, the big announcement yesterday, and by the way, this video is from Andy, our overnight producer for Sunrise, who was recently at a Bad Bunny concert. He is going to be the headliner at the Super Bowl that will be played Levi Stadium, is that what they still call it?
Yep.
Where the 49ers play. It's had a Super Bowl before. Is that where your Broncos won?
San Francisco.
Played the Panthers.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that's where it
Super Bowl
was.
50.
Yeah, so he's going to be the headliner coming off last year with Kendrick Lamar. So this is the move they're going with. That's fun. So he's been doing just his residency in Puerto Rico.
Right.
Drew in more than 500,000 fans for the shows. He's in leading all the nominees at the Latin Grammys in November. So this is one of those things. If it's hot, go for it.
Yeah, good for him. I think that's so big, and I think it's going to be a great show. Obviously, he puts on a fantastic show.
Yeah, people love it. So that was the big news coming out of the NFL, the halftime show. Just check that out. And I love that we have the video as well from one of our people in the house at News 8. We'll see you back on air, our noon show, and then back here tomorrow for the pod.
Get the Rochester First streaming app today for everything you love from News 8 On Demand, plus exclusive shows you won't see anywhere else. Search ROC and download for free on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV.